Iran is in a state of mourning. Its president, Ebrahim Raisi, was killed in a helicopter crash in the mountainous area of northwestern Iran on Sunday. A hardliner, long seen as a potential successor to the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Raisi's death comes at a time of heightened tensions in the region, particularly in light of the war in Gaza and Iran's recent escalation with Israel. Raisi, who had been in office since 2021, pledged Iran's steadfast support for Palestine, a stand he repeated during his last speech on May 19, which he delivered during a dam inauguration at the Iran-Azerbaijan border. The crash also killed Iran's foreign minister, Hossein Amir Abdollahian. In a statement following the death of Raisi and Abdollahian, the Iranian government said it would continue to operate without disruption. Now, here's what happened so far. On Sunday, the helicopter carrying Raisi and Abdollahian went down in the Varzekan region north of Tabriz. Raisi was returning from an official visit to the border with Azerbaijan. The dead also included the governor of East Azerbaijan province and a senior imam from Tabriz city. Search teams located the wreckage in East Azerbaijan province. They fought blizzards and difficult terrain through the night to reach the wreckage in the early hours of Monday.
داد در حالی که شب هست بارندگی شدید وجود داره هوا به شدت سرده دارن
Iranian state TV reported that images from the site showed that the aircraft slammed into a mountain peak, although there was no official word on the cause of the crash.
محل سقوطش این خود بالگرده که سقوط کرده و الان دارین اینجا تصاویرشو می‌بینین. این تصاویر توسط پهپادهای جمعیت هلال احمر که
الان دقیقاً جایی هستم که
But Iran's former foreign minister, Mohammad Javad Zarif, has blamed U.S. sanctions on Iran for the president's death. You see, America's sanctions on Iran, which prohibit the country from purchasing U.S.-built aircraft. Zarif says that these sanctions prevent Iran from having good aviation facilities. According to part of an interview cited by Iran International, he said that the crash that killed Raisi would be recorded in the blacklist of American crimes against the Iranian nation. Remember, the U.S. had imposed several sanctions on Iran since the seizure of the U.S. embassy in Tehran in 1979. Economic sanctions, including those targeting the aviation industry, were reinstated in 2018 after the U.S. withdrew from its nuclear deal. According to the Washington Institute, a U.S.-based think tank, Iranian airlines are prohibited from purchasing aircraft that contain more than 10% American parts. This is likely to complicate the process of updating or even repairing American-manufactured aircraft that the country purchased before the sanctions took effect. Iranian airlines operate some of the world's oldest aircraft. It is estimated that the average fleet age of their aircraft is over 25 years. The helicopter that crashed, killing the Iranian president and the foreign minister, was a Bell 212 model. Iran, in fact, was a major purchaser of Bell and Augusta helicopters under the Shah, that is before the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The exact origin of the helicopter involved in the crash was not confirmed, but reports say it was connected to the Islamic Republic Red Crescent Society. Experts said the few details available suggested it may be 40 to 50 years old. But what will happen in Iran now? Raisi's sudden demise is not expected to significantly affect politics in the Islamic Republic, and that's because the power ultimately rests with the country's supreme leader, Raisi's 85-year-old mentor, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran's constitution is straightforward. Following Raisi's death, Supreme Leader Khamenei appointed the first vice president, Mohammad Mokhber, to run the affairs of the country. Meanwhile, Ali Bagheri Qani has been named as the acting foreign minister. Now, Mokhber will organize the election for a new president, which will need to be held within 50 days. Under Iran's constitutional rules, elections can now be expected to take place by early July. Like I said, the most powerful figure in Iran is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He has been the supreme leader since 1989. He is the head of state, the commander-in-chief. In Iran, the president is the top elected official and second in rank to the supreme leader. But Raisi was not just Iran's president. He was expected to succeed his mentor and Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Raisi's death has consequences for the future of one of the most powerful positions in the entire West Asian region. Iran is already facing Western pressure over its disputed nuclear program as well as its deepening military ties with Russia during the war in Ukraine. Since Iran's ally Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October, leading to Israel's assault on Gaza, conflagrations involving Iran-aligned groups have erupted throughout West Asia. Israel has not formally commented on Raisi's death, but reports coming out of Israel have stressed that the country was not involved. Israel's spy agency, the Mossad, has been blamed for several assassinations and bombings inside Iran in recent years, by the way. Its air force has also bombed Iranian assets in Lebanon and Syria, but the country rarely comments on such activity. Still, Israel's analysis so far appears to be that the unexpected demise of the two top regime figures is unlikely to significantly alter its long-running Cold War with Iran. Remember, Iran's foreign defense and nuclear policies ultimately resting with the supreme leader Khamenei. Still, reports say that the sudden power vacuum could draw Iran's attention away from the Gaza war. Iran-allied groups in Syria, Iraq and Yemen have all attacked Israel with drones, rockets, missiles since the war broke out. A war of attrition with the powerful Iran-backed Lebanese group Hezbollah is also simmering on Israel's northern border. Western military experts saying that Tehran may be more concerned with internal matters and may put less pressure on Hezbollah to maintain an active military front against Israel. The uncertainty following the death of Raisi was evident in the way the markets reacted this morning, by the way. The Gulf markets were subdued. Gold hit an all-time high. Oil prices extended gains. However, it wasn't just the Iranian president's death. The rise in oil prices was also supported by Saudi Arabia's crown prince cancelling a trip to Japan, citing issues with the king's health. In short, the political uncertainty in major oil-producing countries affected the market in the morning. Oil markets stabilized later in the day as the market absorbed the view that the Iranian oil policy should remain unaffected by the Iranian president's sudden death. As world leaders sent in tributes, Iran's strategic ally Russia called Raisi a true friend. The Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters that when alarming news about Raisi started to come in, the Russian President Vladimir Putin invited the Iranian ambassador in Moscow for a conversation. On Monday, Putin sent his condolences to Iran's supreme leader Khamenei, saying that he had been a true friend of Russia. The Iranian regime is a strategic ally of Moscow. Under Raisi, Iran has supported Russia in its war against Ukraine. It has sent Shahed suicide drones and artillery. It has increased attacks by regional proxy militias against the US and Israel. And just a month before his death, launched a massive drone and missile attack against Israel. Experts say that regardless of who replaces Raisi, Iran's strategy is unlikely to change. Condolences came from China as well. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said that the Chinese people have lost a good friend. Remember, China has been a major buyer of Iranian oil. According to Western intelligence officials, China has also been supporting Iran's proxy war with Israel. Following the news of Raisi's death, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria and Pakistan all announced mourning days. A one-day state mourning will be observed across India on Tuesday. As for who can be expected to attend Raisi's Namaz-e-Janaza, the funeral, it is unclear. What is clear is that it will be held tomorrow, that's the 21st of May, in the city of Tabriz. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.